You've just boarded a plane. The air hums with the collective sound of passengers settling in, the soft click of overhead bins, and the quiet murmur of anticipation. You glance at your boarding pass, then at the long rows of seats stretching before you. And just then, a question surfaces in your mind. A quiet, persistent whisper that has intrigued travelers for decades. Is this the safest seat on the plane? It's a concept that has captivated and haunted the minds of millions. Is there truly a specific seat that can statistically improve your odds of survival if the unthinkable happens? Or is it all just a myth, a phantom of comfort born from our deepest fears and speculation? Stick with us, because the truth is far more complex and fascinating than you might imagine. Today, we won't just answer this question. We'll uncover the incredible science and engineering behind the safety of modern air travel. The obsession with finding the safest seat isn't a new phenomenon. It's a curiosity that has been with us since the dawn of commercial aviation. To trace its roots, we need to travel back in time several decades to an era when flying was still a luxury. Yet safety concerns loomed larger and more menacingly than they do today. The 1970s marked a pivotal and often tragic era for aviation safety. A series of high-profile disasters dominated global headlines, shaking public confidence. The most catastrophic of these was the 1977 Tenerife airport disaster, where two Boeing 747s collided on the runway, claiming an astonishing 583 lives. This event seared itself into the public consciousness, creating a heightened awareness and a desperate need for answers. In the midst of this growing concern, journalists, researchers, and aviation analysts began to sift through crash data. Their mission was to decode patterns, to find a logic within the chaos. And one of the most pressing questions they sought to answer was, which seats offer the best chances of survival? Early studies and analyses started to point towards a tentative conclusion. It appeared that passengers seated in the rear of the plane had a slightly higher survival rate. The logic seemed straightforward. In many types of crashes, particularly those involving a head-on impact or a failed landing, the front of the aircraft endures the brunt of the force. This finding sparked a wave of media speculation and gradually became the foundation for what we now know as the "rear seats are safer" theory. But there's a fundamental problem with this simple narrative. The truth is, aviation accidents are anything but predictable. They are chaotic, dynamic, and unique events. From runway overruns and mid-air mechanical failures to severe weather and pilot error, no two incidents are ever truly alike. And this is where the story gets far more interesting. A single, one-size-fits-all theory simply cannot apply to the vast spectrum of potential emergencies. To dig deeper into this mystery, we must turn to the numbers. Data can illuminate patterns, but it can also be misleading if we don't understand its context. One of the most comprehensive analyses on this topic was conducted by Time magazine, which reviewed 35 years of aircraft accident data from the Federal Aviation Administration's FAA database. What they found was fascinating. Their analysis divided the plane into 3 sections. Here's the breakdown of fatality rates. In the rear third of the plane, the fatality rate was 32%. In the middle third of the plane, the rate was slightly higher, at 38%. And in the front third of the plane, the fatality rate was 37%. Based on these statistics alone, it seems clear, right? The seats in the back are quantifiably safer, but not so fast. These percentages are averages, drawn from a wide variety of different accident types. They come with critical caveats. These numbers give us a general picture, but in a specific crash, the situation could be completely reversed. For instance, consider a runway overrun, where the aircraft fails to stop and goes off the end of the runway. In such a scenario, the tail of the plane can often sustain the most severe damage. Or think about a water landing, an event known as ditching. Here, proximity to an overwing exit might be your best bet. We all remember the miracle on the Hudson in 2009 when Captain Sully Sullenberger masterfully landed his aircraft on the Hudson River. In that event, passengers who exited onto the wings were the first to be rescued. Then there's the critical issue of fire. A post-crash fire is one of the greatest dangers, and it can spread unpredictably. In this scenario, your location relative to an emergency exit becomes far more crucial than whether you're in the front, middle, or back. Studies have shown that passengers seated within 5 rows of a usable exit have a significantly higher chance of evacuating successfully. Every second counts when a cabin fills with smoke. These nuances reveal a more complex truth. While your seat location might offer a slight statistical edge across all accidents, it is by no means a guarantee of safety. The nature of the emergency is what truly dictates which seat is safest in that specific moment. To truly understand air safety, we need to shift our focus from where we sit to what we are sitting in. A modern aircraft is not just a machine for flying, it is an engineering masterpiece, designed with an almost obsessive focus on safety and survivability. First, the aircraft structure, the fuselage. Did you know that the main body of the plane is built to withstand tremendous forces? It's designed to absorb and redirect the energy of an impact, protecting the passenger cabin as a safety cage. The wings are engineered to break off at specific points during a severe impact. This isn't a design flaw, it's a feature. By breaking away, the wings dissipate a massive amount of energy and reduce the risk of fuel-fed fires reaching the main cabin. Second, the seats and cabin interior. The seat you're sitting in is not just furniture, it's a piece of safety equipment. Every seat on a commercial airliner must pass rigorous tests, including a 16G dynamic test. This means it can withstand a force equivalent to 16 times the force of gravity without breaking from its floor mounts. This ensures that in a high-impact event, your seat holds you securely in place, preventing you from being thrown forward. Third, fire safety. Recognizing that fire is a major post-crash hazard, the materials inside the cabin are all designed to be fire retardant. The seat cushions, carpets, wall panels, and even the plastics are specially treated to resist catching fire and to burn slowly without releasing toxic gases. Furthermore, cargo holds and engines are equipped with advanced automated fire suppression systems that can detect and extinguish a fire in seconds. Fourth, the role of the cabin crew. We often see cabin crew members as service professionals, but they are, first and foremost, highly trained safety experts. Their training is incredibly rigorous and prepares them for scenarios most passengers can't even imagine. From firefighting and emergency medical care to managing panicked crowds and evacuating a smoke-filled cabin in 90 seconds or less, they are prepared for anything. In an emergency, their instructions are not suggestions. They are your lifeline. Their expertise can be far more critical to your survival than your seat number. So, when you step onto a plane, you are stepping into a sophisticated safety system, a culmination of decades of research, engineering, and human training, all designed with one primary goal: to protect you. So, if seat location isn't the magic bullet, what can you actually do to ensure you have the safest flight possible? The truth is, your own awareness and preparation are your most powerful safety tools. Here are practical tips that matter far more than statistics. 1. Listen to the safety briefing. Yes, you've heard it a dozen times, but listen again, every single time. Each aircraft model is slightly different. Identify the location of your nearest emergency exit and then count the number of rows between your seat and that exit. Don't just look, create a mental map. Imagine having to find it in the dark or with smoke filling the cabin. This simple act of mental preparation can make a life-saving difference. 2. Remember the +3/-8 rule. Aviation experts report that roughly 80% of all accidents occur during the first 3 minutes after takeoff and the last 8 minutes before landing. This is the most critical phase of any flight. During this 11-minute window, stay vigilant. Take off your headphones, put away your laptop, and remain aware of your surroundings. 3. Keep your seatbelt fastened. This is the simplest and most effective safety measure. Whenever you are seated, keep your seatbelt fastened and snug. It is your number one defense against sudden and severe turbulence, which is a leading cause of in-flight injuries. 4. Dress for safety. It might sound strange, but your choice of clothing can play a role in your safety. Wear comfortable, non-restrictive clothing, and most importantly, sturdy, closed-toe shoes. Ditch the high heels or flip-flops in favor of sneakers or boots that will allow you to move quickly and safely if necessary. Natural fibers like cotton or wool are also safer than synthetics, which can melt and fuse to your skin in the event of a fire. 5. Know the brace position. Familiarize yourself with the brace position shown on the safety card. Research has proven that this position significantly protects your head and limbs from impact, reducing the risk of serious injury. It's not an awkward pose, it's life-saving science. And finally, trust in the system. Modern air travel is extraordinarily safe. The odds of being in a fatal commercial airline crash are incredibly slim, approximately 1 in several million. Flying today is safer than it has ever been in history. So, we return to where we began. Is there a single, safest seat on any plane? The simple, honest answer is, not really. While some statistics might point to a slight advantage for seats in the back, the ultimate truth is that your safety is not determined by a single seat number. It's a product of the accident's specific nature, the aircraft's advanced engineering, the crew's thorough training, and most importantly, your own awareness as a passenger. In the end, the best seat is the one you feel comfortable in, and the best preparation is knowing what to do if the unexpected happens. True safety comes from knowledge, not from chance. So the next time you board a plane, don't worry about the number on your ticket. Instead, read the safety card, be mindful of your surroundings, and put your faith in the incredible system of safety that makes modern aviation possible. Now, sit back, take a deep breath, and enjoy your flight. Because it turns out, the skies have never been safer.